mystifying. Greenclaws grows them crazy plants. Morning, Claus. Flying Noodles, I'm talking to myself. He's not in here. Claus? Hello, Claus. Are you in? What's all this? Lemons, honey pots, and an empty mustard jar. Oh, telephone plant. Oh, it might be him. Hello, Greenclaws greenhouse. Can I take a message? Sorry? There's something wrong? Oh, you're in Hong Kong. Oh, and you're his cousin who? Flying eardrops, I can't hear a word. You want to know if he's all right because you've had an ice cream? Oh, a dream. Oh, well, all right. I'll tell him he could... Hello? Hello? Cut off.
Shoo.
What was that?
Shoo. Shoo.
Oh, you ghosted. Is that you, Claus?
Oh, hello there.
Oh, it is you.
Of course it's me. Who else would it be? Shoo. Oh, I mustn't spill this.
Didn't you hear me calling?
Oh, no, I don't seem to be hearing very well at the moment. Oh, put that on the side, will you?
What is it? It smells dead clean.
Well, you make a sort of tent for your head, like I did, with the towel, and then you breathe in the smell, and it makes you cough.
Ooh, poor old Claus. Have you got a cold?
Oh, a shocker.
Oh.
But don't worry, it'll be cured soon. Granny Greyclaws always said to go to bed in a red flannel vest and to coat your claws in mustard. And that way the cold will be cured in no time at all. So I have.
Was it you who squeezed all those lemons?
Oh, yes, sucked with a lick of honey. That's another of Granny Greyclaw's cold cures.
Oh. I don't suppose you've had any breakfast?
Oh, no, I didn't feel like it. But mind you, Percy's pretty hungry.
Oh, hello, Percy. I wondered where you were. So, a banana for Percy then, and anything at all for you?
Oh, thank you, Iris. Just a light snack will do. Say, boiled eggs and toast.
Can you manage 2 eggs, maybe?
Oh, no, only 10, please.
Right, 10 eggs and toast?
Very little toast.
Say, 7 slices?
11 slices will do nicely, thank you.
Right, so that's 10 eggs, 11 toast, a banana for Percy, and, oh, here, would you like to look at the paper while I'm gone?
Oh, thank you.
I won't be long.
Shoo. Oh, my claws, Percy. I hope you don't catch my cold. All this sneezing will blow your feathers off. Oh, look at this. We can win amazing luxury prizes by entering this simple competition. All we have to do is fill in the answers to some simple questions. Oh, where's my pencil? I can never find it. Oh.
10, 11, there. Ooh, this is heavy. Here we are, Claus.
Oh.
Breakfast.
Oh, it looks delicious.
And a piece of banana for Percy. Oh, I nearly forgot. You've had a phone call from Hong Kong.
Oh, let me guess. From my cousin Pavlova Claus.
The famous ballerina. Is she in Hong Kong?
Yes, I had a postcard from her. Extraordinary thing. I dreamt about her last night.
She said she'd had a dream too. Well, either that or she'd had some ice cream.
I dreamed I was in my greenhouse, and then suddenly there, to my delight, was Cousin Pavlova, pirouetting amongst the plants in a pink tutu. "Hello, cousin," I said. She jumped in the air and crisscrossed her claws. "Cousin Greenclaws," she said, "have you lost your pencil?" And then, with a light bound, she picked up my box of fabulous seeds and chose one. It was white with squiggly bits. And then I woke up.
I wonder whether we've got not a white seed with squiggly bits.
Oh, no, I don't suppose it exists, Iris. It was only a dream.
All the same, I think I'll go and have a look.
Oh, well, if you find it, plant it. Oh, bother. I forgot to ask if she'd got a pencil. You know, Percy, we ought to write to Cousin Pavlova and all our other cousins and let them know what we've been up to. What with? You've got a point there. Oh.
Not a single white seed. Wait a minute. There's a pale blue one with squiggly bits. I wonder. I'm planting the seed, Claus. Put it in the special earth. Press it down gently. And water it. And put it in the secret growing place in the riddle tree. And Alma will tell us when it's grown into a plant, won't you, Alma?
Phew. Oh, thank you, Alma. I'm sorry, Iris. I just couldn't manage this last bit of toast.
Oh, never mind.
I feel 10 times better than I was, though.
Good.
I think I'll go for a driving lesson.
I didn't know he was taking driving lessons, did you, Alma?
Start the engine. Mirror, signal, and away we go. Hey, diddle-dee-dee, it's the open road for me.
Oh, it's pretend driving.
Pretend? Iris, this is serious. Oh. Now, you keep up.
Right.
Oh, Peep, Peep, get out of the way. I'm going to win an amazing luxury motor car in a competition. Ooh. When I can find my pencil.
I think I'd rather go by bike.
Oh, I'll have to if I can't find my pencil. Oh, a flood. Oh.
What do you mean a flood? I can't see any flood.
The ice cubes have melted. Oh, dear. I hate water.
What are you doing with ice cubes in your vest?
Oh, it's to stop me overheating. I got the idea from my cousin, Louisa Ice Claws. Oh, that's another one I owe a postcard to.
Can't you phone?
Oh, no. The North Pole's a very expensive call.
The North Pole? Is that where Louisa lives?
Oh, yes. A great monster for the cold she is. That's a picture of her with some of her neighbours. She loves the cold. The icier, the better. She lives in a domed igloo house made of ice blocks and is a wonderful ice skater. Well, she learned to skate when she was on a fishing expedition and polar bears chased her. But after a while, all that snow and ice began to look a little bit boring. And one day, she decided to go on a holiday, somewhere just as cold, but with different scenery. But when she arrived, oh dear, everyone else thought it was quite a normal sort of cold winter's day, but it was far too hot for Louisa Ice Claws. She took off her warm mittens and thick hooded jacket, her boots and tail warmer, but she was still too hot. She decided to explore the town. Maybe she'd be able to find somewhere she'd be comfortable. Soon she found herself a lovely cool place to sit. But the owner of the deep freeze shop wasn't very pleased to find Louisa sitting on the frozen ice cream and fish fingers, and the sight of her made the other customers shiver. So she tried filling up a bath with ice cubes and putting ice cubes on strings around a headband, but they melted in no time. So she went into a big ice cream parlour and ordered every flavour they had. That helped a bit and was delicious, although it made her claws sticky. But the ices only cooled her for a little while, and when they melted, she was hot once more. Just when she was wishing she could go home again, it began to snow. She was so pleased and sighed with happiness as the children threw snowballs at her. Soon she looked like a big snow lady. But if Iglouisa Iceclaws was comfortably cold, everyone else was freezing. Some of the farmers were very worried about their sheep in the snow, and there seemed no hope for them until Iglouisa Iceclaws stepped forward and said she'd rescue them. The roads were closed, and the weather too bad for helicopters, but Iglouisa began to skate miles along the frozen canal to the edge of the meadow. There, she put tennis rackets on her claws to use as snowshoes and plodded across to where the sheep were trapped. She soon had them safe and pulled them to a barn where there was lots to eat. The farmers were very pleased, and so were the sheep. In the end, Iglouisa quite enjoyed the rest of her holiday, but was happy too when it was time to go back to the North Pole and all her friends. She'd enjoyed her hot, snowy holiday as a change, but oh, she was so glad to be back in all the sub-zero, freezingly icy weather.
That's a great story, Claus. It makes me all shivery just hearing about her.
Oh, oh, bless you. I hope you haven't caught my cold.
Oh, that's Alma.
The new plant must be ready. Come on.
She says that the new plant is ready, and we can have it if we can answer her 3 questions correctly.
Oh, let's be having them then, Alma.
If all the sea were ink, what are all the trees?
If all the sea were... Oh, I haven't the foggiest idea.
Wait a bit. Isn't this some kind of rhyme? If all the world were paper and all the sea were ink, all the trees were bread and cheese, what would we have to drink? All the trees were bread and cheese, Alma.
Oh, correct. A bread and cheese tree. I must get one.
Question number 2, please, Alma. I sent a letter to my love. What happened? You missed the post?
Oh, no, I remember. This is a game I used to play with my cousins when we were little monsters.
Oh, an old-fashioned game.
Yes, now it goes, I wrote a letter to my love, and on the way I dropped it. Someone else has picked it up and put it in their pocket. That's what happened, Alma.
Well remembered, Claus. Question number 3, please, Alma. What's the difference between an elephant and a postbox?
I don't know. What is the difference between an elephant and a postbox?
You don't know? Well, I shan't be sending you to post any of my letters.
Correct. Very good. Very funny. Look, here comes a new plant.
Oh.
What sort is it?
Well, it's got a beautiful box on it. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, Claus, you know how we can never find any pencils in the greenhouse?
Yes.
Well, look, there are pens and pencils and crayons, all different colours.
And postcards and stamps. Oh, just the thing for writing to all my cousins. And Iris, now I can answer my competition questions.
And look, there are sticky labels and writing paper. Special green paper with Greenclaws written on the top. It's a paper and pencil plant, that's what it is.
I'm feeling better already, thanks my wonderful plant. And the first thing I'm going to do is to write a Pavlova dance clause.
Oh, can I help?
Oh, yes, your spelling's much better than mine. Dear Cousin Pavlova, I hope that you are well. I hope the dancing's going well. I've had a bit of a cold, but I'm quite well. Well, well, well.